China's military is increasing its ability to conduct gray zone operations, aggressive actions that, however, fail in an armed attack, in contested waters, Japan's defense ministry think tank warned on Friday. China has sent official ships into Japan's territorial waters around the islands in a bid to assert its claims to what it calls the Diaoyu. They also armed themselves, Yamaguchi told reporters. The Chinese Communist Party has strengthened its armed forces and non-military organizations through restructuring and reform under President Xi Jinping, the National Institute for Defense Studies said in its 2023 China Security Report. Beijing seeks to create a continuous gray zone situation and exert pressure on opponents by avoiding military clashes with other countries, the annual report said. China's capabilities in gray zone situations have seen an increase, which the report says stems from the integration of the China Coast Guard and maritime militia into military commands. His release comes as Tokyo and Beijing are at odds over the Senkaku Islands, a group of islets in the East China Sea administered by Japan but claimed by China. The Coast Guard and maritime militia have increased activity since the 2010s, said Shinji Yamaguchi, a senior researcher at the institute and one of the report's authors. In 2018, the China Coast Guard was placed under the People's Armed Police Force of China, a paramilitary force overseen by the country's Central Military Commission. The Coast Guard adopted a tougher stance in the South China Sea, where Beijing has conflicting territorial claims with neighbors such as the Philippines and Vietnam, than in the East China Sea, according to the report. China has also been making more efforts to influence operations through social media activities and other means in an effort to correct the West's misperceptions and actively spread Chinese perspectives and narratives at home and abroad, he said. Spreading fake news and other influence operations against Taiwan is the most glaring example, which the report said has posed a grave threat to the self-governing democratic island. China regards Taiwan as a breakaway province to be reunited with the mainland, by force if necessary.